This is literally the point of the love list. Single men don't go up to women anymore. The girl in this article is quoted saying that she thinks she's essentially too pretty and it's too intimidating to men. If you're a guy or a girl and you're too scared to go up to someone else because you potentially may be rejected, are you also like that in your business life? Are you also like that with friends? If you are that scared of rejection, I struggle to think that you will be able to be successful in anything you do in your life, because rejection is always part of the process. Until you switch your mindset, how are you ever going to expect to meet someone? Every time you think of going up to someone, remind yourself that that could be the person. So if you don't go up to them, you'll never know.
There's this trend going, oh, nobody's coming to save you. Have you ever had a man that loves you? My husband is 1000% coming to get me.
There are so many benefits to having a relationship like this, where the man is the protector, he's there for her in an instant, and then the woman, she appreciates it. She outwardly acknowledges that her life would not be as good without that man. Where so many women get it wrong, and they continue to get it wrong, especially on social media, is that they think that they have to be the strong and independent woman, and they cannot bring down their walls. They preemptively bash all men, and then they'll just claim that there are no good men left in the world. Meanwhile, here's the evidence. She's with one. The difference being is that she found the man wanted to be with her, so she was a high quality woman in his eyes. And I bet you anything, over the development of their relationship, she brought this out in him through her love and through her appreciation.
I don't know why you're so insecure about it. He was my friend before he was my ex.
Yeah, that's not gonna work for me.
I don't think women really understand the amount of work and trial and toil and failure and pursuit that a man does before he even shows up to you. So a lot of women think, oh, now you're here, you're gonna do my bidding. No, he's already built himself. If you're dealing with a man, now if you're dealing with, a fun boy, you get what you get. So I think that's the first thing. We really don't understand men. We don't understand how hard they work. And the reason why men lead is because they're the ones that are willing to make the sacrifice. If we're really honest with ourselves, we're not. Men are willing to work and give most of it to the family. Most women, we want the big jobs, but we want it for us. It just is what it is. It's not better or worse. Women need to understand that a man is willing to sacrifice, so that means you also need to be working just as hard. And what are you willing to sacrifice? And it needs to complement each other. I think a lot of women think they're just going to show up and be selected. We have to, like my man says, stay ready so you don't have to get ready. But it is a real job every day. And for me, it's an honor, but I think a lot of women don't realize how hard it is. It's worth it, but it's work.
So I've learned that a man will date a less good-looking woman if he's respected, honored, she submits to him, he can trust her, and she knows how to love, facilitate, and nurture him. And she can provide peace and not a headache. She could be his promised land and not his wilderness. And let me go further. I know more absolutely dry, gorgeous women who are unwed, single, than I know women who are mediocre looking, body is okay, but they are married, taken care of, and got a whole husband and a family. Let's keep it real, Lisa. That's the truth. You got more mediocre women who are married than dry, gorgeous, fine women.
That's so true. Why?
Couple things. A lot of times when a woman is aesthetically absolutely dry, gorgeous, and well put together, that means she had to do less workwear internally.
Oh, interesting.
A lot of times when women are maybe haven't always been, the most beautiful one in the room, the most attractive one, they've had to do more workwear internally.
Yeah.
Because they have to figure out, well, if my value isn't here, then I gotta have value somewhere.
Men make friends only 3 ways, okay? Number 1, a man will meet a man in 2nd grade and he will with that man, okay? That's his best friend for the next 60 years of his life. You're laughing right now. You're thinking about him. You're like, I haven't called Tom in a while, okay? I love that about you guys. Simple creatures. You're 7 years old and you're like, Carl, forever. It's fine. I'll deal with it. Sometimes a guy goes off to work, he'll work next to a guy for a couple years, that guy goes off to work, he'll work next to a guy for a couple years, that guy will grow on him. The other way men make friends is if your wives just start hanging out. Like your wife is best friends with this girl and she starts bringing this guy around and you're like, all right, kind of a nerd. And then he starts growing on you slowly like mold, and then one day he sends you a text that's like a meme and you're like, oh, he's my second best friend now. That's what happens. The wives bring you together. Is that how you guys know each other? You guys look like your wives are friends. Right back here? You swingers. Okay, fine. Yeah, that's the way you guys do it in Rhode Island. No, we don't know them yet.
Modern women truly don't understand the value of just being, just sitting and observing. A lot of times you hear these modern women on here talking and they get themselves in trouble because really they're not talking about anything. They talk about anything. When it comes to business, you have a lot of modern women out there that are doing relatively well for themselves. And I applaud that. I'm happy about that. But when it comes to relationships, it seems like their ability to learn goes out the window. And they become a headache instead of somebody who collaborates. They become a poison instead of a partner. Bars. Maybe not. But essentially what I'm saying is, instead of taking the mindset of, I'm going to have to work hard at this. I'm going to have to do something. I'm going to have to put a lot of work in. I'm going to have to invest in this relationship. Invest in learning how to be in a relationship. Run a household. And cater to my man, like he's going to be doing the same thing. He should be. They say, well, it's my time to shine. He's going to have to bring it to me. Everything is going to have to come to me. Instead of running after the relationship like you run after your business, you start resting, doing no work or minimal work, and expecting a big payoff.
You know what? Anyone who cheats, I hope this happens to you as soon as possible. I don't understand. Just end the relationship. If you're not happy, you don't want to be in it, great, leave. It's that easy, leave.
So the girl's getting flown out to Miami because there's a bag waiting for you. Let me talk to you for a second, because deep down, you already know something. Men don't fly women out for their personality. If a man is paying for the flight, the penthouse, the section, the shopping, there's usually an expectation attached to it. And a lot of women know that, but they convince themselves it's just a part of the lifestyle. They'll say, I'm just outside, whatever excuse they come up with. I'm just enjoying the experience. I'm just living my life. But let's be honest, most of the time, the man who flew you out is not doing that because he sees your value. He's doing it because he thinks he can have access to you, your time, your body, your attention. And Miami especially will sell this idea like it's glamorous, the yachts, the clubs, the tables, the flew me out culture. But what people don't show you is that a lot of those situations are just transactional relationships dressed up as luxury. And if we're being honest, some women are being flown out not because they're respected, but because they're just available. And once a man sees you that way, it becomes very hard for him to ever see you differently. Because men are not confused. They know the difference between the woman they party with and the woman they build with. And the danger of that lifestyle is that it slowly starts convincing women that attention equals value, that being chosen for a trip means that you're special. But sometimes it just means that you are actually convenient. And the Bible actually warned us about lust. In 1 John 2:16, it says, for everything in the world, the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life comes not from the Father, but from the world. Meaning a lot of the things the world glamorizes don't actually come from God. So before you hop on that next flight, sis, ask yourself something honestly. Is this an opportunity or is this compromise? Because attention is easy, money is easy, but the man who truly values you will not have to purchase your presence. And remember, God does not miss.
They don't fucking communicate for shit! I don't know how to communicate. Shut up!
Well, when he goes missing, we'll know who to ask.
Let's talk about this, okay? Because y'all don't want what comes with a man who pays all the bills for real. Y'all don't. And there is 3 key ingredients to this, okay? Be his peace, be submissive, and learn to shut the up sometimes. And I know right now I got some women giving me the side eye like, this girl's goofy. That'll never be me. And you're right, girl. It won't ever be you. So make sure you keep a 9 to 5 because you're never going to find a nigga to provide. You keep a 9 to 5 because you're never going to find a nigga to provide. No man wants to provide for a woman who can never just be quiet and listen and follow directions. No man wants to provide for a woman who is not his peace and safe space. No man wants to provide for a woman who cannot be submissive and just follow his lead. No man wants to do that. But like I said in the beginning, y'all not ready for that conversation. So I'm gonna leave it at that.
Since men don't approach women anymore, I guess I should start going up to men. I live in a city, and literally anytime I'm walking anywhere, anytime I see a cute guy, it's always heads down, headphones in, he won't look at anyone. Literally no one is approachable anymore, no one looks at each other, everyone's heads down, and no one's smiling or just seems happy. Literally no one's socializing. What am I supposed to do? Chase a guy down the street that does not want to be bothered and ask him if he is single? I feel like I give off the most approachable vibes. I'm always smiling, looking pleasant, not looking at my phone, I don't wear my headphone. Literally never once. I've never been approached. Get this, I was talking to a guy I matched with on Cuffed. We were talking on the phone, had the best conversation ever. Ghost me. He literally ghosted me. Just now, if you have like a really good phone call with a guy you matched with on a dating app like Raya, Cuffed, Tinder, or whatever, I guess you just ghost them immediately. It's funny though, like on the phone when we were talking, I asked him if he like ever approaches a girl at a bar or in the street, and he was like, no, God, no. So I guess maybe that was just a red flag. That men forget that they literally have the power in the situation, so that's why everyone's single.
That is the hardest pass.
Create men-only lanes to protect us from women drivers. These lanes will have the following perks. Male drivers only. Higher speed limits.
Bad idea.
And drinking and driving would be permitted. They would still be safer than the woman-filled lanes.
We both have needs, and a husband needs to feel desired to love you deeply. I don't know how I survived most of my life never learning that and thinking that men were animalish and just like they only wanted to like basically get off, and it was like whatever, you do the deed and it's done. It was just a very like transactional thing in my mind, and I had no idea until my husband had a conversation with me, and he like sat me down and was like, listen, like I've tried to talk to you about this before, but like I want to explain to you what this does to me. And he was super vulnerable. When we're having sex and you look like you're checked out and you're not really present and it's like you don't really want to be there, he's like, I don't feel desired. And I wonder, how long would you go if I didn't make an effort in this area? Like, what would you do on your end? You know, we had a better like when we were first dating, and we were playful and we were fun, and it was almost like I feel like I was kind of like ripped off, because in the beginning the preview was we were so lustful and in love and just so playful and not like roommates, and now fast forward, it's so the opposite, and you act like this is like this duty, and I just was like, I could not believe the things that he was sharing with me, but I'm so grateful that he did, because my intention was to never make him feel that way. I just truly believe that was just like a very transactional thing, until I realized that he needed to feel loved and desired. I realized like I needed to hoe up in my marriage, and I needed to really be present and playful and truly make this a habit for us, where we didn't go longer than 72 hours, and making this an important part of our marriage. We're not perfect, but we have seen the transformation and the fruit of being so incredibly consistent, and I'm just excited to share that with you guys.
Modern women have become a huge headache to men. They become a huge headache. It's not worth talking to them. It's not worth being around them. It's not worth coming into contact with them. Now, like I said, they've been able to build some pretty good businesses. So if you guys want to be, you know, colleagues, acquaintances, business partners in that way, if she wants to be your client or you her client, and she'll do you right in business, then, you know, I don't see anything wrong with that. But as far as knowing each other on a more personal level, and I'll even go a step further and say this, some of these modern women are great friends. They know where to go, the best restaurants. Hey, you want to get cocktails? They know where to go. If you like clubbing, they know where to go. Some of these ladies, you know, you want a good drink, you like smoking, they know where to go, because they're all around the city. They know people, they do things. But like I said, they're not good in relationships because they can't put themselves second. They're pretty much always at the forefront in a lot of things. That's just the way it is. I'm in business and I drive myself to be the best that I is. I'm in business and I drive myself to be the best that I can be. Fantastic attitude to have. But when you take that attitude in a relationship, that's when you're going to start having trouble.
Why the do y'all think every is? Y'all must like.
I'm so tired of you young hoes talking about let people do what they want to do. And then when your life gets up, because your life is always up, here you are saying, no one loved me. No one helped me. No one warned me. No, we tried. You were a defense when we tried. Maybe learn something. When my mother yelled at me like this is because she loved me. Learn something from this.
I'm getting canceled for this, and that's totally fine, but I never understood women using men for a free meal. I'm sorry. I'm not that type of girl. I'm not. I've never understood that. Because why would I waste my time with a man that I don't want nothing to do with because I'm hungry? Baby, I have my own money, own motion. I don't need a man for food. What, are y'all broke? Huh? I'm confused. My time is everything. What? And that little date, I could have been making some money. Y'all tripping.
And when you go hang out with your friends and they tell you something important, you ask follow-up questions. You don't just accept things.
What's that?
And just like when your friend broke up with his girlfriend and you just told me and I was like, okay, what happened? Why? Oh, I don't know. And I was like, okay, well, you just took the information and that's it? You interrogate. Y'all don't talk to each other? Do males just sit in a room and stare at the walls? I need to know. This is your childhood friend and I know more about him than you do. And I've known him for 5 minutes. Hello? Marcella. Can you believe this man? He does not know his own friends. This is insanity.
I gotta come to a home with 4 white walls while you going out and having brunch with your girls, but you can't put pictures on a wall. You can't make it homey. You won't even build a basic skill of cooking. You can go out to McDonald's and say, well, I just don't cook. Well, maybe you can learn. For a moment, make it homey. You don't even pray right. What you talking about? We always talking about submission, but you don't submit to nothing. That's the reason why you so irresponsible, why you so responsive, why you always going back and forth. That's the reason why you so immature, because you don't submit to nothing but yourself and Instagram. I can't be with a woman who always want attention. I can't be with a woman who prioritizes her friendships over me. Yeah, your friendships are important, but remember that I'm important as well, because we building something. I can't be with a woman who lacks ambition. I can't be with a woman who don't know how to carry the weight as well, because it may be some days I always want to talk about 50-50 and 100-100. There may be a day where I face life. I'm trying to protect you. I'm trying to build. I'm trying to do everything else. And today I can't present it as 100%. You cool with me trying to love you at this very little capacity that I have, but I'm still extending my love. Are you going to be graceful? Can you extend me mercy?
Modern women feel like they've done enough work a lot of times. That's why they talk the way they do. They feel like their life is so hard. I've done enough work, and so now the universe is going to reward me. The universe is going to give me back what I deserve. I've worked hard. I got a good job. I got a good house. I got a good car. I run my own business. I have 4 or 5 degrees. And for that, I get a good man. For that, I have a happy marriage. I want kids, good kids. Kids that know how to mind me, know how to mind their father, know how to mind people in authority. And they're good people. And you know, it's the perfect life. We're a power couple. They think that that's what they deserve. But business and relationships are two totally different things. And even though a lot of women, they understand that academically, they want it their way. So they're trying to get you to do and operate how they want you to operate.
I need you in my life. You got a man?
I do. I'm married.
Show me the ring.
Of course I'm married.
We can find him a different way.
Hey, I mean, you want to fight for me? And whoever win.
What? I want you more than he wants you.
Get the hell out of here. I like your style.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We're matching. I like that. Meant to be, right?
What you doing in here? How are you?
Asking for help. Here to grab your number.
I'm going to give you my Instagram. How about that? I'm really married.
All right, just don't let him see that I'm sliding in your DMs. Am I your type?
You are.
I like that.
You need help checking out?
Who, me? If it means more time with you, hell yeah. You kidding me? I'm gonna give you a hug, baby. Of course.
You better smell good. And you do. Oh, that's right.
I'll be honest, I wasted time, dated jerks, chased excitement. I'm done with that now. I'm ready for you.
Ready or tired?
That's not fair. I grew up. I want stability. You were always there. You'd be good for me.
There it is. Good for me. Not wanted. Useful.
I'm choosing you.
No. You're settling. That's different.
So what? People settle all the time.
They do. But I don't volunteer to be the safety net. I'm not the guy you pick after the party ends.
You're acting like I'm damaged.
I'm saying you're selling a high mileage story and asking me to pay full price. That's like buying a car with 200,000 miles because it's finally reliable.
Wow, that's cold.
So is paying interest on someone else's fun. I won't finance your past for the promise of leftovers.
So you're just rejecting me?
I'm declining the offer. I'm not a backup plan. I'm not a consolation prize. I'm the destination.
A man only needs to provide for a woman when he is a husband, not a boyfriend, not a fiance. Woman, get out of the gutter. Get your head out of the gutter. Stop trying to make these boyfriends provide for you and take care of you when you could take care of yourself. You are not a wife. You guys are not one. You guys are not one. He has not choose you to be his wife. You guys are not one. So you being there saying, oh, a man, I need a providing man. We all need a providing man. Our father told us that we all need a providing man. But not only a providing man, a providing husband. Not a boyfriend again, and not a fiance again. And don't be like, oh, if he can't provide as a girlfriend, how he's going to provide? Because he's supposed to prepare himself as a husband. He's supposed to prepare himself to get there, to be that providing man. Not provide for you and you taking out of his pockets. If he want to help and get, and his heart wants to help you in any situation, any given situation, all right. But at the end of the day, a husband's supposed to provide for a woman. He's not supposed to provide for a girlfriend or fiance.
The relationship's over because what really happened?
He was emotional.
Does that mean he raised his voice?
No, with his words.
Like, what words would he use?
Cunning and horrible words, like that I was a liar, I was unfaithful, I was...
Wow, those are pretty intense words. Because look what they do to you. See, this is what happens to a feminine force if you say things like you're a liar. When you say he called you a liar, and he thought you cheated on him.
Yeah, and that I was doing things that apparently he didn't think I was doing, like coming here. He didn't think I was coming here.
He didn't think you were coming. He thought you were going to meet somebody.
Yeah.
I see. Why would he have that impression? Are you a flirt?
No.
Okay. What would that mean if you were a flirt?
To me, it means that you're always looking to get attention from everybody.
And you're not.
Oh.
I'll ask you again. Are you a flirt?
Yes, I'm a
Do
flirt.
you love attention? Give her a hand for that honesty, ladies and gentlemen.
See that guy over there? He's kind of hot, right? Yeah, he's so fine. Watch this.
the guy that's getting mad in an argument and like letting it get to them so much and like or getting heated, like those are the more feminine ones.
Yeah,
that's why
so
are you letting
feminine.
this get to you?
The part of the story that gets conveniently left out is all the things that they do to provoke the person to anger. A manipulator waits for your reaction and then plays the victim. You can ask them nicely, you can be civil with them, you could ask them over and over again. When they finally push you to a point you lose your temper, they turn around and play the victim to your reaction. You could ask them over and over again. When they finally push you to a point you lose your temper, they turn around and play the victim to your reaction, conveniently leaving out the fact that they were doing things to provoke you in the first place.
A woman will always betray you, not because she's evil, but because her loyalty belongs to her feelings. The moment her mood changes, she's gone. And the second her emotions shift, you're the stranger. And you think she left you because you made a mistake? No, she left because your fantasy expired in her brain. You stopped giving her that high that she imagined. Women do not love you. They love the version of you that they created in their own feelings. And when that mood is gone, so are you.
Unfortunately, I'm realizing that they will say anything to justify their singleness. View discretion is advised.
What the kids could only describe as reverse daddy issues, where my dad knows everything. So when a man doesn't know the answer to literally everything in every single one of my potential problems and can't fix things or tell me how to fix things or when to fix things, then I think he's an idiot.
So he's an idiot because he can't fix your problems. Not that you have to fix his problems, but he can't fix your problems, so he's the one that is inadequate. If that were to be true, what does that make you exactly? You know, it's actually starting to make sense why your dad knows everything. I could only imagine being him, raising y'all in a house where you have a daughter that doesn't know. And because he's your father, he's obligated to fix your issues, which in turn made you lazy. And you now believe that when a man comes into your life, that's what he's supposed to do. He's just there to fix your problems. You don't have to lift a finger. And if he doesn't do that, then he's inadequate. He's not a good man. And he's also an idiot. Your words, not mine. Sweetheart, I'll be the first to tell you the only idiot in that equation is your father because he never raised you to solve your own issues. Not only are you inadequate, you were improperly prepared to become an adult, which in turn made you a poorly rounded individual. And now you truly believe the sole purpose of having a husband is for him to solve your issues? Yeah, your dad did a horrible job.
And I think that it's irrelevant for him to be in my life because my dad knows everything. So why don't you? Because you're a man and my dad is a man.
Date your daddy then. Why are you wasting this man's time? Her words are, my dad knows everything, so why don't you? You're a man, aren't you? Shut up. You sound stupid. Because I'm 100% sure the moment he tells you that my mom did all these things for me, why don't you do it because you're a woman? You're going to tell him, well, I'm not your mama. And for what it's worth, I'm not going to call her ugly, but I will say she looked just like her daddy. Yeah, keep it change.
Things my wife does that would send a low-effort woman into a coma.
Let's see what you get.
She doesn't let him touch a piece of laundry. She buys all of his clothes. She plans all of their trips with an itinerary. She decorates their home to the T, and she celebrates him. You guys, the comments on this video are disturbing. So many women complaining, well, what does he do for you? And what's crazy to me is that that's in the comment section when the woman that is sitting literally right next to him, she starts off with a really bright smile. Like she's happy. You guys see it. Well, let me tell you, her smile increases. She becomes more happy. She's like giggling through it. She's saying, oh, I didn't know that you noticed that even. Like she feels appreciated for it, which to me just reinforces that women will say all day long that they support other women, that they're a girl's girl. But then here they are in the comment section trying to bring down a woman because she's actually in a happy marriage.
In all of your failed relationships, I'm just curious, what was it that you did wrong?
I don't think anything.
Exactly. And that's why you're single.
Really, this is gonna sound awful. I don't care. I really only do apps for like free dinners and possibly meeting my husband. Like, I'm not gonna.
Oh my gosh, what happened to equality? Girl,
Equality.
Bye. Y'all talking all that equality. You're out here making foodie calls. If you don't sit your ass down, because equality is, it doesn't matter who's paying for the day, but you literally just said, this is gonna sound awful because I just want free meals. Yes, that does sound awful. You know what that is? That's literally weaponizing your womanhood. You got no problem being a traditional woman when it comes time to go to the Olive Garden. Girl, bye. I'm a feminist.
I'll change that. I'm not that much of a feminist anymore.
Have you met a serious long-term person off the app yet?
Yes.
What happened?
He ended up cheating.
So that didn't work out too well, right?
Neither did the ones that I met in person.
In all of your failed relationships, I'm just curious, what was it that you did wrong?
I don't think anything.
Exactly. And that's why you're single.
Like, you're making me really pissed. And now you're saying this is why you're single.
That's not what I said. I asked you, is there anything you could have done that contributed to the end of your relationship? You said no. And the fact that somebody tells you that you have some type of accountability makes you really, what did you say, really pissed? I haven't raised my voice. I haven't screamed on you. I haven't called you out of your name. What's condescending about you out of your name? What's condescending about asking you if you played a part in the demise of your relationship?
We needed to break up.
I can admit that I have some things about me that are absolutely deplorable and up, and that doesn't diminish who I am. Sorry, I don't understand how you have a generation that's so big on triggers and traumas and therapy, but y'all can't even take a little bit of accountability without being really pissed. Just because somebody says something that you don't like doesn't mean that they're being disrespectful or condescending. And maybe the reason you have such a visceral reaction to it is that it might have a little bit of truth. Because here's the thing, in all of the relationships, whether they cheated, whether they didn't work out, whether they were creeps, the only constant and the only common denominator in all of your relationships is you. And that's why you're single.
Any woman on this internet, and you see them every day, any woman that is out here screaming from the rooftops, sis, you don't need to teach no man. He should know better. She's single.
Every time.
She's single. I promise you she's single. And she runs a cult of a bunch of women that are wounded and single. And they're speaking from a jaded space. I feel like women sound so ignorant to me when they say, I don't want to teach no man how to love me. Don't be in a relationship. Don't be with anybody. Be by yourself, because you're the only person that knows you, and you're the only person that can read your own mind. And that's the problem with women. Women be trying to have these men read they can't read your mind. They don't know what you like.
I feel like
Here's
it's
the
common
question.
sense.
Why would you want anyone to treat you like one size fits all? Like when women say things like, I don't want to teach no man, what you're really saying is, okay, let him treat you how he treats everybody. He don't know how to treat you. You are different. You're 1000% different. He has never in his life dealt with a you. Now you come into the equation and he's supposed to read your mind? He's supposed to have all the answers? It's not realistic. Love is not easy. Love is work. And a part of the work is learning your person and loving them the way they need. They don't know what you like. And then you say these words like, I just need to be affirmed more. What does that mean? What is that? Honestly, if a woman says, man in the room, if a woman says, I need to be affirmed more, are you like, okay? And then maybe you'll say 3 times more in the week, I love you. That's an affirmation, right? That's more, right? But what are you actually asking for? I'm asking you to tell me that you love me. I need to hear the words, I love you. And I would like to hear the words, I love you every day. So maybe just when you think about me via text message, or when you see me and you see me doing something for us, just come slap me on the booty and tell me you love me, and then walk away. And if I can teach you that, and then you start to do that, I know that you love me, because you're loving me the way I need to be loved, not the way you know how. So to think that women, the narrative right now of women saying, I don't want to teach no man, be single. Be single. Don't be with nobody but yourself, because yourself is the only one that knows how to love you. And honestly, you probably don't love you, because you can't teach nobody else how to love you. So how do you teach yourself? You can only love yourself as deep as you'll allow yourself to go. You'll only love others as deep as you've allowed yourself to go with yourself. So if you shallow, you can stay right there. And for some, it's perfection. And for others, it's a prison. You get to choose. That's what I think.
How far is too far in teaching? I don't know.
The blind leading the blind. View discretion's advised.
Yeah, it's the fact that you're agreeing with me.
Because, what you mean? I already did it.
Like, be low-key, but everybody trying to make me feel like I'm crazy. That's why you can't just have one. Because one can't satisfy everything.
You did listen when we
I did listen. So now what? I got one. That's gonna satisfy like the bad boy needs, you know, like the fun, the living on the edge. Then you got your respectful, nice, gentleman guy, like the one we just got off the phone with.
Then you got your friend.
Then you got your friend. Then you got the one boy that's just always like to do what you never. You're supposed to have all
That's right.
Because one
you need all those things to fulfill you. Because all those things make you.
Exactly. Like you really, nobody else gets this.
Her words are, you need all those things to fulfill you, because all of those things make you. And the things that she's talking about is the things that she is getting from multiple men. But I'm sure if I got up here and said, hey, you know what? That means you ain't without men, I'm sure they would disagree. Not only that, the moment she makes an attempt to settle down, if she even gets to that point, and the man she chooses takes this same approach, I can assure you she will be the victim in that equation. More often than not, when they give this type of advice or live this type of advice, they look at it from a one-sided perspective. This is not something that man that they actually like can also exercise as well. She would never understand or agree that those things that man does with all those random women are what fulfill him, so in turn are what make him. One thing's for sure, two things for certain. Misery is always looking for company. And sometimes it's at the detriment of their own family members. Instead of giving sound advice to her granddaughter, she'd rather lead her down a road of destruction, uncommitted with a lot of different partners, which ultimately means you're probably going to catch something at some point in time. You're probably going to get pregnant, or you're going to end up in some type of drama. And I know nowadays a lot of y'all don't think and the partners has any consequences. However, who the is going to be the elders? Because this woman here ain't doing such a good job. Now, I'm fully aware that's her life and she can live it how she wants to live it. This woman here ain't doing such a good job. Now, I'm fully aware that's her life and she can live it how she wants to live it. My only issue is I'm almost 100% sure that when it goes bad, because it will, men will be the people to blame.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I don't do it. Because what is there?
No, it ain't about being loyal, because but you are, because everybody know they place. You're not cheating on him or him or him or him, because everybody know where they stand. Exactly. I'm not your girl. I'm not your girl. I'm not your girl. Yes, we hook or whatever, but we ain't got no titles other than friends. Therefore, you roll any mother.
This is equivalent to that 50-year-old guy that's still hanging on the block, trying to recruit the young boys into doing what he do so he doesn't have to feel like less of a loser. Trying to glorify the street life like it has a promising end. I promise you, we don't call women losers enough. Like, this is loser behavior. And to think this woman is 50, 60, maybe even 70 years old. A wise man once told me, just because you get older doesn't mean you mature. Y'all do what y'all want with that information. Y'all keep the change.
I'm light-skinned and I'm better. That's what I said. Every person I've ever dated has been darker than me. That doesn't have to do with anything. I'm beautiful. I'm beautiful. What I said was, light skins do it better. I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry. That's not, they hating on my confidence. Don't you see how mad it makes people in these comments? Don't you see how mad it is for a beautiful queen like me to be so confident in what she says that it's eating y'all up? That's crazy.
I'm trying to understand where she's coming from, but my thought process does not think like this. How are you going to say in the same sentence that you date people darker than you, but you're light-skinned because you're better? So do you date the people that are darker than you because you think you're more superior to them? Do you see them as beneath you? These are your words, not mine. I don't like to put words in people's mouths. I can't stand when I see a video of myself and I'm like, what is this even talking about? Like, stay on topic. I never said that, but these are your words. I can see why there's so much division in the black community, because you got ugly rat hyena light-skinned girls talking like this. Then sometimes you do have some dark-skinned women talking on light-skinned women. And I don't think we're ever going to come together, because there's always that one idiot that ruins it for everybody else. I just wish that most people had more sense and would understand one light-skinned mini Grinch is not gonna sit here and justify every other light-skinned person's perspective. I find it so crazy that you guys will see a video like this and then under the comments I was seeing, oh, this is how light-skinned girls think. They think they're better than this and that. Please don't put that on the rest of us. Please don't speak for me or think for me when I don't think this at all. I don't think I'm better than nobody. Mind you, I don't even have this mindset where I walk into the room and I think I'm on a... I feel like that mindset to me is insane. Why is this the first thing you guys are thinking of? I'm either too baked or I have so much anxiety because I don't want to be outside. I hate being around people. And in your mind, you're probably thinking, this thinks she's better than me, all because of videos like this. Ladies, can't we just love ourselves enough to shut the fuck up? Can't we just love ourselves enough to just stop generalizing? Please stop doing this. I'm so over the light skin, dark skin topic. I'm so over who thinks they're better. Dude, you're better if you're a good person. You're better if you act exactly how you say you are as a person. Acting like this and speaking this way is so disrespectful and stupid, because it's always the women that don't look good that say this. Y'all, show me a light-skinned woman who looks like Coi Leray. Show me a light-skinned woman like Mariah the Scientist. Show me a light-skinned woman, I don't even know, that looks good and then talks like this. Anytime I see a video where a girl's talking about how she better than this and better than that, she never is. Those skinny things from Men in Black, that's your twin with a wig on. Ugh.
A lot of women probably don't want to hear about this, but it is going to take some sort of accountability in relationships. You probably don't want to hear about it, but you're not the only one in a relationship that needs to be catered to. I know that's probably not something that you like to hear, but you actually have to take care of your man. You actually have to cooperate. Maybe buy him something a little bit more than every 6 or 7 months. Maybe buy him something different other than socks for Father's Day. Maybe take him on a vacation, the way he's been taking you on all these vacations. Maybe you should pay sometime. Well, the man, this, and this. I know, I understand. We got all these rules for men and what men should be doing. But it don't seem like we have rules for what women should be doing. And that's the problem now, isn't it? At some point in time, you're going to have to invest in your relationship, invest in your man, not the way that you want to invest, but the way that he's asking you to invest, just like you want him in your man, not the way that you want to invest, but the way that he's asking you to invest, just like you want him to do.